It's a journey showing the power of the human spirit. You may have seen the story of Jackson Reamer and his parents on Shark Tank. Megan and Scott embarked on a quest to save their sick child, which turned into a family business that turned into a legacy honoring Jackson's struggle. Here to share their story are Jackson's mom and dad, Megan and Scott. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, JJ.
Such a pleasure to have both of you on the show today. Let's start by talking about Jackson's illness and what your search was like for a diagnosis.
Jackson had a rare autoimmune disease called Aicardi-Goutieres syndrome, and it took 12 years to diagnose. He was one of only 7 kids in the world that had that particular type of disorder. So during the time that we were looking for answers, he lost his ability to walk and talk and ended up living in a wheelchair. And one of the things that we thought, the only thing actually, that we thought we had any control over was his diet. And so we started to take a look at the foods we were feeding him to see if we might be able to alleviate any of the symptoms that he was experiencing.
Wow, and I know that some of those symptoms included a weight loss as well. So you shifted your focus as parents to his diet. And what kind of changes did you make? What did you find was most important?
Well, one of the assumptions we made when we were seeing these symptoms with Jackson was that it was something inflammatory based, that he was battling some kind of inflammation in his body. And so we just started to identify foods that were anti-inflammatory and feed him more of those. And we started to evaluate the types of fats and proteins and carbs that he was eating, and also the percentage, the ratio of those. And where we landed with that trial and error and experimentation process was a high-fat, low-carb diet worked for him. It allowed him to gain some weight, for instance. It allowed him to sleep better and have a better quality of life. And so, you know, by high fat, I mean ancestral, plant-based, saturated fats like coconut oil, for instance.
Yes, and coconut oil has been really in the limelight in the last several years. So boy, you guys were onto something early. You had such an inspiring experience in your kitchen that you actually started a company.
We sure did, yeah. And Jackson's Honest started in our kitchen, and that was actually one of the bigger challenges, that how do you take a small business, a product that your kids love, and scale that up and start to sell it to other people. Neither Megan nor I had much experience starting food companies, of course, and so this was clearly a very mom and pop kind of startup. It's been incredibly humbling to see the success we've had. Millions of folks around the nation, and thousands of grocery stores now carry the Jackson's Honest potato and tortilla chips.
Wow.
Whole Foods, Sprouts, Amazon, of course. And so to go from making these for our other kids to now seeing them in grocery carts as we travel around the country, seeing them at airport kiosks, that's an incredibly humbling experience every single time we see it.
Well, Scott, and congratulations to both of you. It really is, it's incredible to see your journey from just trying to heal your son into building this company that now is really helping a lot of other people with its nutrition. I've seen your product at Whole Foods and Sprout as well. Let's talk about your experience on Shark Tank. Certainly being on that show helped boost you into the limelight a bit.
It sure does, yeah. And you know, for any entrepreneur, being on Shark Tank is a profoundly positive thing. You know, for us, we learned a lot about, through the questions that the sharks asked, a lot about our own business. We learned about negotiation, and we often like to say that it's like getting a business school degree in an hour, and that's effectively what it was for us. Having said that, you know, it was also profoundly important for us as parents. You know, we started this business as a mission to share Jackson's story, and through Shark Tank, we've now been able to meet and talk to millions of folks around the nation that we otherwise would not have been able to talk about Jackson's struggle and our products and why we started this business. And so for that, we're profoundly grateful as parents to be able to talk to an audience that size in this way through the show that really is all about missions and entrepreneurs.
Well, I'd like to congratulate both of you, and heads up to people to look for your products on grocery store shelves. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Learn more about Jackson's story by visiting the website that's right there on your screen. That's jacksonshonest.com. Jackson's Honest is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.